If you follow this program or if you follow me, one thing you may know by now is that giving up is not in my nature, especially when it comes to chasing a story. And when I want to get to a story and post something on a topic or cover an event, well, God damn it, I'm going to do it. And we can do it one of two ways. This is what I keep telling anybody in a position of power when it comes to these events or anything. We can do it one of two ways. We can either do it officially, where you provide me credentials, and I'll go and cover the event and give you the promotion that I'm already going to give you anyway, but have you co-signing it. Or you can try to bar me from the event or simply not respond, and I will find my way into the event and I will review the show. And hell, if I feel like taking pictures, doing photography, that's what I'll do. And I'll do it within the rules. Because I'm not the type to give up. I'm not the type to give up. And that's where this concert review came from today. Slash is a guest that I've been trying to interview for quite a long time on my podcast, pretty much since I've started. I mean, I've been constantly calling and sending texts. I think the first time I called Slash's agent was when I was like 11 years old. And he was one of those interviews up there with the Gene Simmons interview that I always wanted, but I felt like I might never get. And you know what? I got the Gene Simmons interview, and I've gotten many others, and I haven't gotten the Slash interview yet. And I gave it a good hard go on this tour. I figured since he was out here doing a solo performance, and they have a new DVD, a new live Blu-ray coming out, he would definitely want to talk. And unfortunately, I did finally get a response from his team. And again, I'm not mad at the team. Like, I don't, feel owed anything or anything like that. But it simply would have been nice to have an interview. He couldn't participate, again, which is fine. So I applied for the photo pass to go ahead and to photograph the show. Didn't end up getting the photo pass. I said, okay, that's cool. But I was thinking I still want to review this Slash concert because I've seen Slash live. I got to see him again with Guns N' Roses. I really want to review this show. So what do? I ended up putting myself in a position where I could be event staff at the Slash show. Now, being event staff at the Slash show did not give me a guarantee that I was even going to hear him or see him. So I took the opportunity and I said, I'm going to make the best of this opportunity, and I'm going to make sure that I see Slash and that I'm able to post this concert review. So I let the superiors know. I said, listen, I sort of felt it out. Nobody else there was even fazed that Slash was there. Some of them didn't even know who he was. I don't think everybody was putting the Guns N' Roses connection together. So, people just didn't really seem fazed, which was shocking to me. I mean, I honestly thought the Slash had more clout than that even now, just with the name. It's kind of like Gene Simmons when they say, the guy with the tongue. Slash is the guy with the top hat, for the people who don't know anything about rock. So I figured that we get a lot more of that. He was in the Guitar Hero 3 game, things along those lines, but it didn't appear to be that way from the coworkers. So I just let them know I'm a big fan of Slash. I've seen him live before, and I'd really like to see him. So eventually I was moved from the coat check outside where I would have been able to hear the show. I was still happy about that. And then the superiors moved me in to be guarding the handicapped railing, which was right inside stage right, smack dab in the middle of the floor. Now, this is a pretty small venue. This venue is standing room only. It seats, standing room only and seats. Makes a lot of sense. It holds about 5,000 people. So you can picture me stage right in the middle of the floor, and I'm up on top of a platform. Now, of course, there's work to be done, and I did my job diligently, as I always do. But I was in a position where I was told to stand and face was facing the stage. And it's so funny, as the supervisor was walking me over there, she says, "Are you sure you want to stay in here? It's going to be really boring, and you don't have to stay here. We can move you if you want." And I was thinking, why the hell would I want to be moved? How is it going to be boring watching a world-class musician do what he does best? So that was my perspective. Now, I try to give my concert reviews from a unique perspective because really anybody can come on and say, "Oh, the lights look like this, the guitar sounded like that." But really, personally as a viewer, as a consumer, I'm more interested in people's actual overall experience. And that being said, by the way, walking backstage by the staff room there was the catering. So I actually saw Brent Fitz and I believe Todd Kearns of the Slash band in catering. So it was sort of cool the way it was all coming together. I liked it. Next thing you know, the lights come off and the opening group, Joyous Wolf, came on stage. And they're a group from California. So let me tell you something. The guys from Joyous Wolf walk on and they pick up their instruments and the lead singer walks to the middle of the stage and he does like a front flip followed by one or two cartwheels forward. And I was like, damn, he just nailed that. And they just went straight into a song. And I was like, oh, shit. And he's going into a completely cold room. This room was so cold. Typically, when you're at a rock concert, people are rowdy. They're ready to rock and roll. They're screaming. They're ready. That was not the case at this concert. And as a matter of fact, even the coworkers who were working with me noticed. They said people are coming in acting like they're at goddamn church. I didn't hear a peep from anybody. So when this band came on stage, they were playing to a completely cold audience. And if you haven't performed before, I'll tell you from experience, going on to a completely cold audience is really, really hard. Especially when you're the opening act and you're not the band that they came to see. It's hard when you are the band they came to see many times. But Joyous Wolf, their lead singer especially, commanded so much attention, so much audience participation, and he got the crowd so used to it with the call to action. When I say go, you say hey. When I put my hands up, you scream. Left side, make some fucking noise. Started getting them used to it and getting them in the flow of it. And it was a slow build. I had to watch him earn that crowd's respect. It wasn't easy. He didn't earn it after 3 songs. He didn't earn it completely after 4 songs. But he built it gradually. And I watched him build it gradually. And he earned my respect. He earned the respect of the room. Not only him, but the entire group. They're a fantastic group. I heard little hints of Cream in there. I heard little hints of Led Zeppelin in there. I heard little hints of Kiss in there. Very cool California vibes. So Joyous Wolf, huge shout out to them. And I actually got to meet them after the concert. I was working at the venue, so they were walking by, all of them, minus one member, and I just told the singer and the drummer, I said, hey, guys, you were incredible, and I shook their hand, got a picture with them, and I might tweet that picture out at Cassius Morris. I better tweet that picture. I don't like myself in the work clothes there, because usually I get to wear a nice, fancy suit, and I showed up in my suit, and they said we're wearing polo shirts tonight, so they put me in a polo shirt and a name tag and shit, But yeah, so anyway, they were really, really a good group, and they knocked our socks off. So by the time they were done performing, the venue was ready for some loud rip-roaring rock and roll. Try saying that 3 times fast. And ready to jump right into it. So about 45 minutes later, they get ready to go. They set up. I'm still getting paid. I'm still in my position. I'm helping people, doing what I got to do. Then they cut the lights, and there's like loud movie type effects. There's theatric sort of movie type stuff. And I was sort of thinking today, that makes sense because Slash is a huge movie guy, especially horror movies, and he likes the old theatrical stuff. If you ever look at his Instagram, that's all he's constantly posting is like theatrical, old time horror movie clips and big things like that, production stuff. So it's cool that he included that. I do have to say, though, the lights that they had at the beginning was a pretty distinctive lighting scheme with like red and blue. One of the first things that I noticed off the bat of the Slash show is that those lighting themes didn't really change too much. The lighting was basic. The staging was rather basic. You know what this felt like to me? And again, everything was great. Like Slash came on stage in his top hat and everything, and I was blown away, and everybody's happy. But the first thing I noticed is that this is just a show for people who want to show up and watch Slash play the guitar, and watch the other the other musicians play their instruments. And it's not about a huge, big stage show. This is almost like a guitar clinic or some sort of music clinic on 1,000,000 doses of steroids. Because it's obviously 1,000,000 times better than just one dude sitting up there playing an instrument. But again, it's focused on the music, and it's music-oriented. Slash opened up with some of the songs from his solo group throughout the years. The other main thing I noticed, I'm gonna pull up the set list just to be safe. But the other main thing I noticed is that they played very few Guns N' Roses songs. I actually think that they only played Night Train through the entire evening. I can't recall hearing more than one Guns N' Roses song, which was pretty shocking for me because the last time that I went to see them, the set list was almost equally comprised of Slash solo songs and Guns N' Roses songs. So he opened up with The Call of the Wild, Halo, Standing in the Sun, Apocalyptic Love. So see, these are all songs throughout the years with the Slash band. And yeah, look at that. They only did Night Train. So I'm not sure if the set list is similar. I'll take a little peek at the show that they did the next night. Oh, they're doing the whole set list, 100%, not changing it. So you know what? That makes me wonder. Maybe Slash is sort of making a conscious choice, and part of it, I think, is these guys wanting to go out and take pride in what the hell they're doing now. These guys put a lot of work into their albums. These guys release an album almost every year or every year and a half, and that's what they want to do. They want to go out and play those albums. Also, Slash is back in Guns N' Roses. So Slash doesn't need an outlet to be able to go out and play those songs every once in a while when he might feel like it. And I'm sure it's not overwhelmingly often because he's been playing those songs for so long. And he's sort of been done with Guns N' Roses for so long. It's sort of been over. He's back in it because I'm not going to say why he's back in it. I'm not in his mind. But they have an incredible deal. And they have incredible reason to want to be back in it. So there's that. So he doesn't need an outlet to play those songs. So I think it makes sense. I do wonder about the return rate of the audience. Because I think, and again, I could be wrong, but there's a lot of people in Guns N' Roses shirts. Personally, I bought my ticket last time because of Guns N' Roses. And this time I was coming because of Guns N' Roses as well. So I wonder about the return rate to the concert if he was to come back now that people have said, okay, I went to see him last time and he played one Guns song. We didn't hear Sweet Child of Mine. We didn't hear Welcome to the Jungle. There's a lot of cheap people who will just buy tickets to see that. And once they even play that song, they'll go the fuck home. They won't even stay to hear what else you have to play that night. So those were the things that I noticed. But overall, there's not a whole lot that I can say about this show other than, again, watching Slash play is an honor and a privilege. He did this 10-minute solo in this one song. I don't even know if it was in a song or if it was just a jam that they were doing or what. But I stood there and I was watching, and my jaw might as well have been on the floor. And I know it looked like it, but I couldn't even contain myself anymore. I was guarding my post, but I was just staring at him playing, and he was shredding nonstop for, I swear, 10 minutes. I couldn't fucking believe what I was seeing. And I was just thinking about the fact that I love this guy ever since I was growing up. I love him so much. I've been listening to this music forever. How much of a legend he is. I'm getting paid for this right now. There's chicks everywhere. I can walk backstage if I want to. Holy shit. Again, there's Slash. And these thoughts are all going through my mind. Literally, the veins in my fucking forehead were popping out. And I was like, because when I'm at a rock concert, I'm screaming. I'm going fucking crazy with my horns up, saying fuck yeah. And having to restrain that when you're watching one of the most incredible, that was one of the most incredible performances I've ever seen, period, ever, in anything. So having to contain yourself is hard as fuck. So I give credit to the employees who are fans of the people that they're guarding. But yeah, man, really good performance. I would honestly give the Slash show a solid 7.5 out of 10. I only take points away because there could have been a little something to spice up the stage set. I think they gotta change it up a little bit. They haven't added anything to spice it up in a while. Same graphic with the stage backdrop, same everything. So if they added something there, it'd be great. But overall, an incredible performance, and I will always go to see Slash when I can. And I'm hoping to get that interview. I'm hoping to chase that interview, Slash. And Really happy with the way the story turned out. I'm glad I got a unique perspective on this. So, fun times.